Right, hi guys, here we are back again. I've just come into the shed the next day. Now, yesterday I did all the spraying and I did that test with the paints, and look at it now. That's the undercoat, that's the new matte white, that's the old matte white. So, yeah, they've definitely got some pigmentation problems there. Now, a couple of things I do. I decided to do the entire colour scheme that Rance has done. So that's an orange trigger, an orange action bar, and an orange, what do you call it, magazine release. Needs more on the back. Now this one, all the paint crackled on. The stuff on the outside was easy to get to. I could just scrape the back of it with a knife and it just came off. I tried to file it first, but I ended up damaging the side a bit there. So yeah, so just the knife scraping worked fine. Don't know what I'm going to do about the inside. I might just reprint another piece, I don't know. Or just leave it. You know me, I'll probably just leave it. So that needs to be painted. And the rest of it's covering pretty good with the new white. Oh, hello. Can I help you? What is it? Okay, go on sleep. Go and do chicken things. All right, now. So I'm going to paint that, and hopefully when that's dry in about an hour, it's quite humid today. I can start putting this thing together. Oh, no, I can't. Hey, don't peck me. No, go away. Say hello to everybody in the internet. Yeah, she's not really tech savvy, this one. Actually, no, I can't paint it because also in his drawing, his rails are this dark grey, so I'm going to paint that. And also, in the drawing, you'll notice he's got like a snap sight on it up the front. Now, as I've said, the rails are too big for existing Nerf stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to print myself an adapter that fits on that will take existing Nerf stuff. That'll be the easiest thing to do. So I'll get on with that in a minute too. Okay, so on to painting. Now, painted the major components, and you can probably see there is some colour still showing through, but I'm going to put it together for a couple of reasons. One is, once it's together, I'll actually see parts that I might have missed getting any paint on at all, so I can make note of them. Number two is, I want to. Because I just want to see what this thing looks together. Oh, and the third thing is, you notice I haven't painted these rails, because when you put them together, I want the mask to be a uniform line across there. I don't want to get these two bits of tape slightly out of a line. So just take it straight across and mask the rest of it. I've got to paint that. I've got to paint this on both sides. Oh, and there's a little bit there too on the back of that. So that goes up there. So yeah, it'll be a lot easier to paint that. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do this rail as the grey or the metallic black I got, because there's also the operating bars. They fit in there like that, so you can see that they're seen and all that sort of thing, but whether it's a good colour or not, I don't know. So I'm just going to get the trusty instructions out again, start on page 1 and start putting it together. I will leave the camera running, I'll speed it up so you're not bored out of your heads, and I'll stop anywhere that I've got some relevant information to impart. So the first thing is put that on there like that. Operating bars. So first thing with that is they go back and stay back. I can't quite remember which hole I used. We'll work it out. There we go. So they go there. Now, my lock nuts. Remembering not to put them on too tight. If you use lock nuts, you don't want these tight against the bar so it can't move. You want a little bit of looseness Yeah, that's good. That way you won't have any of that trouble I was having before, which was caused me no end of problems. So you can move the bar up and down as you tighten it. Now that one's a little too tight. That's better. Okay. Okay. On to step 5, which is of course connecting these to those. So that's what the actual little screw looks like with the tip ground off. Where do I go? There I'm going. Okay, here's the big one. The spring thing here. Now, as we know, that spring is far too short. Right, guys, I just found this spring, came off this part, so if you're going to identify what this is from, you can get the spring. I have no idea what this comes from, because it's just inside a box called Internal Parts and Springs, unfortunately. I've got a lot of springs, but none that are nearly as long as that. There is this one, which is tapered at the end, and that end almost fits in this hole, but this one does fit in the hole. I just have to get some tweezers to actually get it in there. And the good thing about it, it is twice as long as the original spring I was using, so that's good. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I've got that in there, so that does seem a lot more springy. So we could be good without that drum. Now I'm going to take this screw out here with hopefully, oh, that was clever, hopefully the drum will push against it. Now I'm pretty sure in the drawing here, that actual protrusion faces downwards, because the gun's upside down at the moment, so it faces downwards. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's have a look. I'll put this in here, place it where it's supposed to go. It's virtually touching that trigger now, so I think getting the right screw there is your trick to getting this working. Now all these screws can be, will be painted at a later time. I mean, I could even, if I'm pretty happy with what it looks like and the weathering takes care of all these little rough areas of paint, which I don't think it will, because I'm noticing this area, it's a bit much. But I could just do the washing and the smoking and the dirtying and leave it at that. Some of you may have noticed that I haven't done any of my usual characteristics, rust undercoat and clay and wear and tear. That's because I've been having not doubts but a lot of thinking about this sort of stuff, because I'm doing what I'm hoping to portray sort of futuristic weapons. So what are futuristic weapons going to be made out of in the future? Polymers, plastics, toughened glass, who knows? So these things might not wear. I mean, if you've ever fired an M16 and you've seen it, the scratches on the furniture, the butt and the forestock, it's black on top and black underneath. There's nothing really wear and tear about it. Okay, so where are we at? Yes, we've done all that. Oh, we've got to do all that. We've got to put the entire bottom bottom set together, that's right, yes. Putting the pistol grip together. Always trying to remember to keep this in frame for you guys, because I'm not very good at that sort of thing, as you know. I'd love to know if I've got any subscribers who watch this in Canada. I have heard that Canada recently passed legislation banning airsoft, and in a blanket move, they also banned gel blasters and Nerf. Could anybody from the country of the great big moose enlighten me as to this? Because I'd really like to know. I just, you know, it's just amazing how strange the world's getting. Holland, the Netherlands. I've heard a similar sort of thing about the Netherlands in that you're allowed to own Nerf blasters, but you're not allowed to take them out in public. And if you want to play a game, you have to go across the border into Belgium? Correct? Urban myth? Let me know. Now looking at that trigger moves that really well. As soon as that moves, the trigger moves. So I'm pretty happy so far. So I'm pretty sure I've got the right size spring. These two are very important because they secure these two parts at the bottom. One's good at the top, but two are down here. There we go. Now the top cat originally painted white, but it was just his image, which I'll put a photo here for a second. You'll notice it was the light on the surface. He done light and shadow, so this top part is actually grey. And I've missed an entire underside on this thing. So this is what you do when you, well, this is why I do this, because I do miss things, major things, all the time. So it's just a skill I have. But also doing this and putting it together and seeing how it looks might give me some ideas when I'm doing my own stuff or my own mods. Well, this is sort of mine, but you know what I mean. When I'm doing something original, my style, as I put it together, I suddenly think, oh, that would look good red or elongated or made out of cream cheese. So I tend to assemble and disassemble the model 3 or 4 times during the build. It's a huge pain, but you find things like that. I mean, even all under that I forgot to paint. That's it. Last assembly part is putting on the muzzle. The one I had all the trouble with. Well, the plate I had all the trouble with. And you can see there's a big spot at the bottom there I've missed too. But that goes on perfectly square. But there we go. Just move it up a bit. So not too bad. What's happened was, while I was working on this, it got to the stage where the slide has jammed back completely. So I'm going to chuck some music on, pull this apart, see what's going on. I think one of the problems that's been causing all of this might be the rollers here. Rance recommends an MF63ZZ bearing. I think 10 of them. I use the supplied 3D printed bearings he put in the kit, and I think they've probably worn out, or one of them's broken off or jammed or something. Now, if they're a grey plastic when they come out, they're just done out of PLA, and I don't see them holding up that well. If they're a black, that's PLACF, carbon fibre. So, and if it's the case that one of them is broken, it's surprising, but they are quite small. But I'll pull this apart, put some music on, and we'll see how we go. Back soon. And the bearing itself has got a flat spot on it. That's very interesting. If you can see that. Little flat spot there. Yeah. So, good thing I ordered a 20 pack of these bearings this morning, because I had a feeling this was something was going on here. Yeah, the other one's just as flat. So, okay. Now, here's the problem. It is currently the 28th of November. I'm not expecting those bearings to arrive for at least 2 to 3 weeks. Right, hi guys, Andy Work back. Now, it's almost 10 o'clock at night here, so therefore it's cool enough to work in the shed. You can probably hear the roar of the wind at the moment. So, okay, couple of things. One, finally got around to painting this stuff, putting the grey on the bars, and despite my best checking and spraying and everything, there's still huge areas I missed. So I've got to go and do that again. Great, no change there. But the good news is I got my little bearings. I'll put a link on the page, but they're all over the place. They're just, 63ZZ something. And the reason I decided to get them, if you remember the last video, is the ones that I put in, the ones that came with the kit that you can print, just wear out. They're just not made for it. So, through the magic of television, I'm going to mount these on the slide, this thing, and see how much easier it moves back and forwards. And I'm sure it'll be a vast improvement of what was happening. So I'll be back in a second. Right, now these bearings have got a ridge on one side. Let me see if I can get a bit of paper under there and show you. Yeah, that probably work better. You can see the little ridge. Now, I would say that goes on the inner side. And I'm just taking a wild guess because it's not terribly clear in the image. Okay, I've come up with a little bit of a... I've put the top ones in with the ridge on the inside, close to the centre. And I put one bottom one with the ridge on the outside, closest to the outside. And if you see what happens when you put it in here, at the top, there's tons of room for that little, the ridge edge to run along that flat surface. No problem. At the bottom, if you can see, that ridge edge is very close to that where it slopes in, and there is a little bit of movement there. So I'm wondering if I should put it on the outside, and that's what I'm actually going to do. Put them all with the ridge on the outside, because the more I think about it, the more that's probably what it's meant to be. That little ridge is actually what takes all the wear and tear and causes the roll to happen. What do you call it? Load bearing. Okay, well, since you're still filming, got all them in. These ones down here, as I said, the screw's a bit long, but it rotates anyway, so I want to see what it feels like. So put that in there like that. That is a lot better. That's a lot better. I reckon a little bit of silicone grease on a couple of places where I can see it rubbing, and we'll be good. So that's excellent. Test fire time. Now I've got 6 blue darts here. One of them says elite on it. Who knows? And we're just going to give this thing a shot. Now, the most I've ever got out of this previously doing all the assembly was 3 rounds. So I'm hoping to get, well, 6 rounds. See what happens. One thing I have noticed is the dart, the magazine catch is a little stiff. Forward is release, back is lock, and so I've got to make it sure it goes back when I put the magazine in. Okay, here we go. I think that's 6. I wasn't counting. I should have told you I was playing. This is just a rapid fire test. Just wanted to make sure it cycles nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look at that. Cool. Okay. There you go. Rance's ULRICE 575 Retaliator mod. Cute little thing. So I've just got to finish up painting, make sure I can get this muzzle in the right orientation, because I think I need to trim off a little bit of the barrel I put in there, and do the weathering. Now Rance has got some other stuff coming up pretty soon. You'll be amazed. Just keep an eye on his Etsy site. I mean, this kit itself is like 18 bucks Australian, so dirt cheap. If you've got a printer, get yourself one. All right, I'll see you next time for the painting.